I'm Dino Mosquera, and let's square up the USA view. Pete Buttigieg leads 2028 Democratic primary field in new Emerson College poll. According to a new Emerson College poll released, former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is leading the field of potential Democratic presidential candidates for 2028. The survey, conducted from July 19th through July 20th, found that 19% of likely Democratic voters support Buttigieg as the party's presidential nominee. California Governor Gavin Newsom followed with 17%, while Senator John Ossoff of Georgia and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York tied at 13. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro each received between 5% and 8%. On the Republican side, the poll showed a virtual tie between Vice President J.D. Vance at 39% and Secretary of State Marco Rubio at 38%, a significant shift from last August when Vance held a wide lead. The Emerson poll also found that a generic Democratic candidate currently leads a generic Republican by 11 points, the largest advantage recorded in the survey over the past 2 years. Buttigieg has continued to fuel speculation about a 2028 campaign. Asked in Iowa whether he was ruling out a presidential run, he replied, "Nope." Good for him. I think that I know, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my God, we're not ready for a gay man to be, a president of this country. But Pete Buttigieg has shown over and over again that he is not only qualified, he's extremely qualified. He's completely sound, smart, deliver. The guy could not be better, honestly. And but again, we are in a very particular time, and given the Donald Trump effect and the extreme right, this is gonna, I think, be a test to the Democratic Party when the so-called the socialist Democrats, the more left part of the party is going to be confronted by the more center part of the left part of the party, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. The Buttigieg and Gavin Newsom against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders of the party, and the Zora Mandamni effect that is going to play a big role in this cycle, in my opinion, something that we didn't have last time. Zora Mandamni has become a powerful voice in the Democratic Party, and he is proving to be a very strong, mover and shaker in the party, which I think is fantastic. I'm very supportive of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as well, but I think that a guy like, all of them, to be honest with you, we have so many good opportunities here to have a sound candidate against something like, J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio. So, but this is going to be a real test, and I think this is surprising people that we're giving Gavin Newsom basically the crown already. So this is still up for grabs. So let's see how that plans out.
Well, this poll is terrible news for Pete Buttigieg. Just terrible. The person, we haven't even had the midterms yet. The person leading at this point in a presidential cycle is doomed. They rarely win the nomination, and then they don't go on to win the presidential election. I think at this time in 2006, nobody really knew who Barack Obama was. He had yet to emerge himself. Hillary Clinton was the leader at this point in 2016, but she didn't win the election.
No.
Her candidacy fell short. So these polls are nice. They're a nice little way to put your finger in the air and see where the wind's blowing, but
it gets people talking.
It gets us talking. It's filling time. We're talking about it, right?
Exactly, because I look at these names like Alexandria and Kamala Harris is in there, and Andy Beshear and stuff. It's like there's so many good qualities from all of them, and that would make excellent leaders. But as a Democratic Party, I think we have to rethink what we're doing in strategy and stuff. So I think we have to look into the new leaders, maybe younger leaders that are tapping into this. Who is the Senator John Ossoff of Georgia? Yeah, I mean, there's another one that's just coming up too. So I think we're onto something with this.
Wes Moore, another one from Maryland. I mean, well, I mean, let's not forget that wasn't Pete Buttigieg leading the polls when they went into Iowa, the last primary for the Democratic Party. He was the first one.
Yeah.
He was the one that first, the one, and the one, and then he dropped out after South Carolina, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So again, like you said, you know, it's probably.
And the fact that he's in Iowa, you don't even need to ask him if he's considering a presidential run. He's in Iowa. No one voluntarily goes to Iowa. The butter cow is not that awesome.
I mean, could you imagine having our first LGBTQ plus president at this point? It would just be magical. Well, there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.